Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. Okay, guys, so I'm actually recording this video before we go live with Rick and Kelly today, but I would imagine this is a Shannon video and there's an update as to what's going on with the homeowner where she crashed her car into the house and also the rehab facilities that she's potentially looking into. I'm going to guess before getting into this live, which after this, the live will have already been up, that Kelly and Rick will have a lot to say about this. So make sure you go check out that live. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good one. With that, guys, we're back to give a little bit of a Shannon update. Before we jump in, do all the YouTube things, smash the like button, show some love, and let's get into it.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Okay, you guys. So from what we're hearing, and we kind of knew this from the jump, at this point, after Shannon's DUI and after her hit and run and after her arrest, she has to do damage control for not only herself, which you would hope that everything that she does moving forward is like a wake up call and she will do the right things in order to better herself and make sure that this incident doesn't happen again, because she walked away very fortunate, whether it was with a broken arm or a couple bruises on her face. She didn't walk away hurting somebody. She didn't kill anybody. She didn't lose her own life. She didn't lose the life of her dog, Archie. So I think that all of those things like this could have been a lot worse. So a wake up call, yes, definitely. That's what we're going to call this. But wait. So Page Six ended up putting this out. Shannon Beador wants to seek help following her arrest from her hit and run. And Emily D. Baker even did a TikTok on this, I believe. And she said, this isn't uncommon. So when she was released from court, there was a citation or from her arrest from jail, there was a citation, and the citation has a court date on it. And before the court date, it's really, really good, based off of what Emily and other attorneys have said about this. It's really good for her to be able to move forward and show up to court saying, I have already signed myself up for this facility. I have already started going to AA meetings. I have done my due diligence in the sense that I am trying my best to work with the homeowner to repair any of the damages. I'm going to pay for them out of pocket, and just really showing that you are remorseful in this moment, as opposed to showing up and the judge being like, okay, well, it's been 3 weeks. What have you learned? What have you accomplished? And being like, I was just kind of waiting for this court date, Your Honor, and I was hoping, you would let me know what the next steps are. That would be terrible. So yeah, of course, she's trying to figure out the facilities. But wait, let's get back into it. So she's been researching treatment centers following her crash, and also she wants to repair the damage that she inflicted on the Newport Beach, California residents, according to TMZ. Sources told the outlet that Shannon has been looking into different facilities but hasn't picked one out just yet. She enlisted her attorney, Michael Fell, to work directly with the property owner to make things right, which is all coming from TMZ. And he, Michael Fell, her attorney, didn't immediately return Page Six request for comment. But she was arrested last weekend after she ran into the residential building and drove away before eventually pulling over. And we talked about this a little bit too. The reason that the police were able to locate her so easily was because when she crashed into the house, she left debris of her car, but then also whatever she busted the oil tank or what, I'm not a car person, but whatever it was, it left the fluid, and then that fluid left a trail straight to her car. So it was easy for cops to do their detective work and be like, okay, here goes the trail. Right here. This car has damage on it. You're walking in front of the car, walking your dog allegedly, and you're like, I don't know what happened. Clearly intoxicated. Yeah, I don't think it took a rocket scientist to figure this one out. And I don't think that this took some really grade A detective work. I think that this was probably, you could have put an intern in there. You could have asked one of the neighbors to figure out who did it without their ring, and they could have followed that. I mean, I'm not underplaying the authorities. I'm just saying, like, this was very obvious. Like, there was a trail of oil following her car. Okay, back to it. She was cited and released from jail at 8:37 a.m. on Sunday on her own recognizance and paid $2,500 bail after having left a written promise to appear in court. I spent quite a bit of time with Shannon yesterday. That was the day after. That was on Tuesday that Michael Fell, her attorney, wrote that. And that's when he was saying she is extremely apologetic and remorseful. We will be awaiting the official information on this case as it becomes available, and Shannon is prepared to accept the full responsibility of her actions. Now, people keep asking about her mugshot, and I've said this multiple times, but her mugshot will not be released. And I think right now, she's probably very grateful for that based off of what we're hearing with the bruises and the cuts on her face. But photos did come out and they were obtained by Page Six, and they showed her entering a rental property with John Jansen a couple days after her run-in with the law. And they show her attempting to sort of conceal what looked like a bruised up face, and her left arm was kind of in a sling, which is what I'm showing you here, which is exactly what her friend Jeff Lewis said on his show, talking about the injuries that she sustained from the crash. He said, so she's going to be recovering. Shannon and I have been friends for a very long time. She called me yesterday. We talked for a while, and I was shocked because I've never known Shannon to ever drink and drive. Then he also said that she's about to enter into counseling. I think that she's taking all the right moves, especially if she wants to keep out of jail. But like Emily also said in her TikTok, these are not, they're misdemeanors. They're not felonies. Had she have hurt somebody, it would have been a felony. But for her, she can do all of the right things right now because she's considered, is it an upstanding citizen, an outstanding citizen, whatever the case is, she's considered a good citizen of Orange County and California because she hasn't been arrested. She doesn't have a rap sheet. She doesn't have like, she's not out here just like burglarizing homes and constantly getting DUIs. And yes, she does get little schwasty pants on the show, and we've seen that, but it's not like she's out here vandalizing places and stuff. So they're going to take all of this into consideration. And with her looking into rehabilitation treatments and centers, I feel like I can already tell you this has to be the most comfortable for Shannon going into a situation like this. It's going to be like one of those, what is it called? It's not like Malibu Farms, but do you remember when they would play the commercials and they're like, do you need to get better? Are you or a loved one facing issues? Come out here to, I'm going to call it Malibu Farms. Come out here to Malibu Farms, where we'll help you get the help that you need in the most serene environment. And you see like infinity pools, there's walks on the beach. It's like cozy. It looks like a Four Seasons. And you go there, you go through treatment. And guess what? It's definitely a lot better than serving time in jail. She's going to lose her license. She most likely will get a breathalyzer, like I said before, but she's not going to have to spend time in a jail. She just recently moved out of the home that we saw this past season on the show, and she moved into a different home, which is really close to Kelly Dodd. And that's another thing that I want to bring up. But now we're hearing that she has left the rental home and she is deciding to stay with a friend because based off of what Rick said on his show with Kelly, Rick was saying that it's really odd because there's only really one way in and one way out of the house, and it's surrounded right now by paparazzi. So her going to stay with a friend, if that gives her a little bit more privacy, that just makes a lot more sense. But guys, I don't want to just give you this and not ask your opinions. Do you think for sure that she will end up entering rehab? I'm going to say 1,000,000%. I'm just wondering if she's going to do a stay in rehab or if she's going to do more of AA classes, sort of rehabilitation, where she can still stay in the comfort of her home and then take the classes as they come, and then be able to go back home and keep an eye on John Jansen and Archie and everything in between. I just wonder what that looks like. But go ahead, comment below. Let us know what you think. And I'm also wondering, will the homeowner let her pay out of pocket, or will the homeowner try to make this a legal thing? I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Comment below. Love you guys.